Now, before I move to next chapter, I will show the chi-square. This part. Chi-square. Again, a concept is not easy, but the operation, how to get the answer, is not difficult. Okay. There are many tests: t-test, normal distribution, f-test. Especially for t-test, single sample t-test, two samples test, and paired t-test, they are hard to understand the principles, but it's easy to get the answers. So in the future, if you have chance, I would suggest you need to know how to calculate first, especially from the data, select the appropriate method to calculate. In the future, if you have any chance, you can go back to study the textbook to understand the real principles. But this moment, I don't encourage you to do that because it's a little bit hard. And before I start, I want to share the slides, the posters I gave you. That is here. Okay, here. The student and I published this poster in November 2022, and we did this kind of research and comparisons of DRIS. It means the dietary recommendation index. It's a kind of, for example, for Taiwanese, how much nutrient, what level of nutrient we need. The iron, for example, for iron, for adult male, that is 10 milligrams for a male for a day. For female, that is 15 milligrams. For calcium, that is 1,000 milligrams for a gentleman and for a lady. But for a baby or for kids, it's different value. That is called the DRIS. But in different countries, it has different names. Maybe NRVS, DRIS, like this. And we did a comparison. And next. Next, and we compare the dietary guidelines and plates. Plates is a dishes or bowls to contain the food. Actually, it's a kind of visualization. For example, this one. This diagram is from Australia. This dish is from Canada. This tree is from Saudi Arabia, and everybody are familiar with this one. That's from the U.S. government, USDA, and Harvard University created another type of health plate. Look like this. Look at this. And this one is from China. This one from Indonesia. Excuse me. Have you ever seen this kind of diagram? Friends from Indonesia? No. This kind of diagram about the health promotion advertisement from the government. Have you ever seen this? So how do you think about this? Rice? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Okay. Actually, my friend told me that it's kind of a very, how can I say, about a rich or very luxurious dish in Indonesia, like this. And yeah, and the Indonesian government modify based on the shape of it and modify the top, the grains and the meat and fishes and vegetable, fruit, and some useful, some health foods like this, and exercise and body weight, check the body weight every day. So it's a concept to make the people in Indonesia to know, okay, from this kind of shape of dish, the luxury dish, and change the dish into the different foods. For example, this part of the oil, we need a little bit of oil, but the grains, corn, or the sweet potato, or the rice, or some wheat like this, and that is, see, the proportion is bigger than the other one. It means more like this, and more exercise like this. So, and next, this is spin top. Spin top is a kind of a children toy, and the knob of the spin top is a glass of water. And my mentor, when I was a college student, Dr. Huang Qinzhen, she likes this one because she said it's very, the kind of visualization is very important, because a person is running on the spin top. If the person stop running, the spin top will fall down, and enough. Here is the largest proportion is from the starch food, vegetable and fruit, and protein, milk, something like this. Okay, and then this one is from the Korean Nutrition Society, and it's a very healthy image because a person is riding a bicycle. The front wheel is a glass of water. The red wheel is the big food the wheel, the big wheel. And this one created by Taiwan government. Okay, so what do we want to say? How do I want to say is about students can do the comparison of this and publish the results on annual meeting. Let me show two next. And a student, she is the sophomore, second year in the college. She did a comparison about this and compared the nutrition policy from Taiwan, Japan, and the US. And I hope, no matter you are from Taiwan or international other countries, I encourage you, if you are interested in the food science and nutrition, we can do the research and try to publish that. In the future, you may get more training. You will know, okay, that is about the academic training like this. It's a little bit different from our the normal class and take exam, have a presentation, then got your final score. No, that is different. And in the future, if you have the poster, it means you will be better to be selected into the graduate school. Okay, let me stop here, then go back to our chi-square, and let me play a video then. Okay, and I love this video because it's very clear. Then later I will give you an example about the dice, how to check the dice, the points and the probability, whether it's normal or it's abnormal. Okay. Okay, then chi-square is very common. Again, it's not easy to understand the concept, but it's very easy to conduct a test and get results. gender, male or female. Now we have a third one. We respect everybody's their preferences. But generally, we can have two genders. That is male and the other is female. And prefer the newspaper. There are tons of newspapers, but in the video, 3 are listed in the video. Highest educational level, college, graduate study, or even higher than graduate study. Okay, they are categorical variables. Okay. Okay, then. Okay, then if we want to know any relationship between gender and preferred newspaper, first of all, we want to ask, why do we need to conduct this kind of test? Okay, in the US, we know that in the US, generally, man drinks more beer than a woman. Do you agree with me? Generally, we don't discuss about special cases. Again, generally in the US, man drinks more beer than female. Okay, then undoubtedly that's okay. But now on this, the author created this video. She want to know whether the gender and the preferred newspaper any relationship of it. Okay, let me say, if I plan to create, to sell, to make $1 beer in the US, and I know generally men drink beer more often, more quantity than women. So when I select advertisement, do you think my target is a woman? No, my target is a man. Is it okay? So when you know the relationship between different groups, if you are a newspaper owner, if you want to sell your newspaper more, you need to know what's your target. And the chi-square is one tool. You can focusing on your target population then to earn more money. I love money. Okay, everybody loves money. Okay, that's the purpose. Now let me continue to play. Okay, and this is a different thoughts to find the relationship between preferred newspaper and highest educational level without graduation, college, bachelor, and master. Maybe the third one is a PhD. Okay, and do you know the PhD are standing for Higher High Diapers? Okay, it's a kind of joke. Okay. PhD philosophy. Okay, let me continue that. Oh, again, before we continue to watch the video, the question is there any relationship between gender and newspaper? Newspaper. Okay, and later I will use my own data, and you don't need to you don't need to. Sure, yeah, we will come back to play this video, and then you know that the data calculation by the online calculator. When I was when I was a PhD student, we have only one way to check the table, about the chi-square the distribution. But now we have tons of online applications. You don't need to do this part. I will tell you later. And just just let you know that when I was a PhD student, we use this way. We use now. I don't think you need to learn this. You can use the calculator, the the apps. Okay, and like this one, and uh, this one is observe the frequencies. Observe, it means we did that from the survey. Like previously, a student and I, we conducted a survey about the international students, their drinking models, their drinking patterns, of especially sugary drinks. And before they come to Taiwan, after they come to Taiwan, we did a survey. And here is observe the frequencies, and here is expected frequencies from perfectly independent variables. And about the calculation, it's not it's easy, and I think I will tell you later. Let's continue to watch.
The case.
Okay, by this part, expected value, generally we have our own expected value. For example, I will explain how the expected value from throwing a dice, a die. Then from this part is a little bit different. But later I will give you a website. It can calculate everything just one click. Just one click. Okay, let me go back a little bit here. Okay, here is the chi-square value is 0.5, and df is degree of freedom. Degree of freedom is, it means there are two female and male. There are two kinds. Okay, and the other one about the newspaper. So that is newspaper and male and female. Thus, that will be 4 subtract 1. That's 3. That's 3. And p-value, p-value is probability value 0.918. There is no significant difference. Okay, and from this part, okay, the result has no significant difference between the gender who select their preferred newspaper. Okay, from the calculation, we know it. And okay, the calculated p-value of 0.918 is above the defined significant level, that is 5%. Thus, the chi-square test is therefore not significant, and non-hypothesis is not rejected. Okay, and let me stop here. Then please. Okay. No, not this one. Now this one. Okay. Please go to the syllabus. I just added here, compare observed and expected frequencies. Please click here, or I think I can copy, paste it to our line group. And now that is here. So, okay, then okay, sorry, let me continue to play it. Okay, here are two ways to calculate the expected value. one is, for example, there are 6 probabilities from a die, the point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we expect a fair die will show 6 points equally. Then the expected value, each one of that is 1/6. That's 1/6. But for this situation, we can use a formula like this, and you don't need to remember this one. In the future, you can study it. For example, the male, Netflix, yes, Netflix, no. The female, 13, 14, and the calculation is 23 times 25 divided by 52. So if independent, that is 11.09. Similarly, 29 is the sum of Netflix, no. 15 plus 14. 25 is the sum of male, 10 plus 15, that's 25. Though then divided by the whole number, 53, then the expected value is 13.94. Okay, let me continue to play. Again, the degree of freedom, the definition, degree of freedom is number of rows minus 1 times number of columns minus 1. So that is the degree of freedom. And put them together. For example, we have the gender, male and female. That is 2 of the row. Then subtract by 1. That is the answer is 1. And the other 4 kinds of newspapers minus 1, that is 3. 3 multiplied by the previous one, that is 1. As in the beginning, the author of this video explained the degree of freedom is 3. Okay, continue to. See, it's very clear. 4 rows. Sorry, let me go reward. 4 rows, 4 minus 1, that is 3. 2 columns, female and male. 2 minus 1, thus 3 times 1, that is 3. That is the degree of freedom. Actually, when we conduct a t-test, f-test, and this kind of chi-square test, and the degree of freedom in the past is important in the past, because when we check the table, we need to know the degree of freedom. But now, the new era, the website era, we don't need to I cannot say that it's not important because I should say that you have a concept that is okay. You don't need to remember all details. Okay, again, the degree of freedom is like this.